Have you ever felt a pain that made no sense? A sudden headache on a quiet afternoon. A knot in your chest during a conversation you can't explain. A sharp tension in your shoulders right before an important decision. It's easy to dismiss, to tell yourself it's nothing, to take a pill and move on. But what if I told you every pain, every tension, every strange sensation is a message? Your body is speaking to you. And most people never listen. Carl Jung once said, "The body is the physical expression of the soul." Your body remembers everything. It remembers the heartbreak you told yourself to get over. It remembers the argument where you stayed silent. It remembers the opportunities you walked away from, and the regrets you buried. And here's the thing. When you don't listen, your body doesn't give up. It speaks louder. The whisper becomes a tension. The tension becomes a pain. And the pain becomes a condition you can't ignore. We've all had those moments, lying awake at night feeling a strange ache, wondering if it's stress or something worse, feeling your heart beat faster for no reason. Noticing your breath is shallow without realizing you've been holding it. Those are the moments your unconscious is trying to get your attention. And if you miss the message, it will find another way to deliver it. The truth is, pain is not punishment. It's a conversation. In this video, we're going to decode that conversation. We'll travel through the body, head to toe, uncovering what your symptoms might really mean. You'll learn how unresolved emotions, buried trauma, and blocked energy hide inside your muscles, your joints, your breath, and more importantly, how to release them. Stay with me until the end. Because I'm going to give you a tool, a simple, powerful practice that can help you understand your body's language in minutes. A tool Carl Jung himself would have approved of. And once you learn to listen, you will never see your body the same way again. Let's start at the top. Your head. Your mind. The command center of your life. When pain strikes here, it's rarely just about dehydration or staring at a screen too long. A headache can be a silent scream from your unconscious, a pressure telling you something's wrong, but not in the way you think. Think about the last time your head pounded. Were you stressed? Or were you pretending you weren't? See, mental overload doesn't always come from doing too much. Sometimes it comes from holding too much in. The thoughts you don't say. The feelings you don't admit. The truth you keep pushing away. Carl Jung believed, what you do not make conscious will manifest as fate. And in your body, it manifests as pain. So that dull ache behind your eyes. It might be your body's way of saying, stop, you can't carry this thought any longer. But here's where it gets interesting. Sometimes head pain isn't about what's on your mind right now. It's about what you've buried years ago. Unfinished conversations. Choices you regret. Dreams you never let yourself follow. You might not remember them, but your body does, and it will find a way to remind you. Later in this journey, we'll talk about the one technique Jung used to bring these hidden truths to light, without digging through every memory of your past. It's simple, but most people are too afraid to try it. For now, I want you to pause. Close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, and notice, is your head heavy? Does your mind feel crowded? That sensation is the first sign your body is asking for silence, and the silence we're about to explore might be the thing that changes everything. Now, move down from the head to the bridge between thought and action, your neck, and the pillars that hold your world, your shoulders. Neck tension is one of the most common pains people ignore. But here's the truth. It's almost never just bad posture. Your neck is a messenger. It tells you when you're resisting change, when you're refusing to look in a new direction, when you're holding your head rigid because you're afraid of what turning might reveal. Think about it. Your neck allows you to look around. It's your physical ability to see possibilities. And when life feels stuck, when you feel cornered, your body locks it down. Shoulders carry a different story. And often, it's heavier. How many times have you said yes, when every part of you wanted to say no? How many burdens do you carry that aren't even yours? Shoulder pain often belongs to the people we're trying to save, the problems we've adopted as our own, the silent responsibilities we think we have to hold. And here's the problem. The longer you carry them, the less you remember what's actually yours. Carl Jung once said, "The heaviest burden you carry is the person you think you're supposed to be." Your shoulders know that weight. They feel every invisible obligation. They tighten to keep it all from falling apart. But have you noticed? The harder you hold it all together, the more you fall apart inside. Later in this video, I'll share a simple but powerful release ritual that can make your shoulders feel lighter in minutes. Not because the problems are gone, but because you finally put down what was never yours. For now, try this. Close your eyes. Visualize that burden as an actual weight. It could be a stone, a backpack, a box. Feel its heaviness. Now imagine gently setting it down on the ground. Step back from it. Breathe in deeply and whisper to yourself, "I am allowed to rest." It's a small act, but sometimes the smallest acts are the ones your body has been waiting for the longest. And here's the twist. When you start letting go in your shoulders, you may feel the change in places you never expected. Your back, your chest, even your breath, because once the pillars relax, everything else begins to move again. Move further down. Your arms, your hands. These are not just limbs. They are your connection to the world. Through them, you create, you embrace, you give, you receive. But here's the problem. Most people forget that receiving is just as important as giving. When your arms ache, when your hands feel tight or heavy, it may be your body's way of telling you the balance is off. Ask yourself, do I give freely, but resist receiving? Do I feel uncomfortable when someone offers help? Do I instinctively say, I'm fine, when I'm not? This imbalance is exhausting. When you only give and never receive, your energy drains faster than you can replenish it. Your body knows it, and it speaks through tension, numbness, or pain. Your hands tell another story. They symbolize holding on and letting go. If your hands are always clenched, figuratively or literally, what are you holding so tightly that it's hurting you? A relationship? An identity? An expectation? Sometimes we grip because we're afraid of losing control. But here's the truth. Holding on too tightly can hurt more than letting go. Here is a practical tip, the release and receive practice. Sit comfortably. Rest your hands on your knees, palms facing up. Close your eyes. Open your hands slowly, fingers stretching wide. As you open, imagine you're letting go of what no longer serves you. Feel the release in your fingers, your palms, your forearms. Now close your hands gently, not in a fist, but in a soft hold. Imagine you're receiving something new. Peace, love, support. Repeat this 5 times. This simple act rewires your mind to understand. Letting go creates space for something better. Here is another trick. Use your hands to shift your state. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, do something creative with your hands. Draw, write, cook, building. Why? Because your hands channel energy. When you use them intentionally, you release emotional tension stored in your body. Later in this journey, we'll reach your chest, the emotional core that fuels everything your arms and hands create. And once you understand the message it's holding, your entire perspective on pain will shift. Your chest. It's more than just muscle and bone. It's the sanctuary of your deepest emotions. Every breath you take carries a memory. Every heartbeat echoes with stories you might not even remember. When your chest feels tight, heavy, or restricted, it's rarely just physical. It might be the grief you never allowed yourself to feel, the heartbreak you told yourself to get over, the words you swallowed because you were afraid to speak. So many people walk through life with an invisible weight pressing down on them. They smile, they function, they even laugh, but deep inside, something aches to be seen. Carl Jung believed that emotions we repress don't disappear. They transform. They become shadows in the body, hidden but active. That heaviness in your chest could be a love you lost but never mourned, a dream you abandoned because it felt unrealistic, or guilt you've carried for years without ever forgiving yourself. When you suppress these emotions, they don't vanish. They show up in your breath. They show up in the tension between your ribs. They show up in your energy and in the way you connect or struggle to connect with others. The heart was never designed to carry unnecessary weight. It was designed to beat freely, to guide you with clarity and intuition. And yet so many of us pile on layers of pressure. We try to meet expectations that were never ours to begin with. We stay in relationships that drain us. We keep saying yes when everything inside us is screaming no. Over time, this doesn't just hurt emotionally, it manifests physically. So here's something you can try right now. Sit somewhere quiet. Place your hand over your chest. Take a deep breath in. Feel your ribs expand. As you breathe out, whisper, "I let go." Think of one memory, one regret, or one weight you've been carrying. Imagine it leaving with your exhale, like smoke rising and disappearing into the air. Pause after a few breaths. Notice the difference, even if it's small. Forgiveness isn't about saying what happened was okay. It's about setting yourself free. If you're holding on to anger toward someone, or toward yourself, write their name down on a piece of paper. Write what you wish you could say. No censoring, no editing. Then when you're ready, destroy the paper. Tear it. Burn it. Let it dissolve in water. This simple ritual tells your body, we're not holding this anymore. The heart is more than an organ. It's your emotional compass. When it's weighed down, your entire life feels heavy. When it's light, everything changes. So ask yourself, what am I still holding here? What needs to be released? What truth have I been afraid to face? The moment you allow yourself to feel, truly feel, without judgment or resistance, you open the door to healing that no medicine can match. We've reached the pillar of your body, your back. It carries more than posture. It carries the weight of your life. Upper back pain often tells a story about carrying others, being the emotional support for everyone around you, holding up the world when it's not your job to do so. Lower back pain has a different voice. It whispers about fear, fear of the future, fear of instability, fear of not being supported, financially, emotionally, or even spiritually. Carl Jung said, "The heaviest burden is the person you think you're supposed to be." When you bend yourself into that version, your back takes the hit, every knot, every tight muscle is your body's protest. Extra tip, the backpack visualization. Close your eyes. Imagine you're wearing a heavy backpack. Inside it are all the responsibilities and fears you've been carrying. Now, picture yourself taking it off. Set it down. Step away from it. As you breathe, tell yourself, I don't have to carry everything. I trust life to support me. Do this daily. The relief won't just be physical, it will be emotional. Now, your legs. They move you forward in life. They represent action, progress, and momentum. When they feel heavy, tired, or achy, it might mean you're stuck, not moving toward the life you want, holding back from a decision you know you need to make. Here is a tip, the step forward exercise. Stand up. Take one slow, intentional step forward. As you move, say out loud, I am ready to move forward. Do this even if you don't believe it yet. Your body will start leading your mind. And finally, your feet. They ground you. They connect you to the earth. Persistent foot pain can be a sign that you feel unsupported where you are, like you're walking a path that doesn't truly belong to you. Another tip, grounding practice. Remove your shoes. Stand barefoot on grass, soil, or sand. Close your eyes. Imagine roots growing from the soles of your feet deep into the earth. Feel stability rise through those roots into your body. This simple act can restore balance and calm your nervous system. Here's something to remember. From your back to your feet, your body isn't just moving you through the world. It's recording every step, every fear, every burden. The pain is not a punishment. It's an invitation to release, to move forward, to plant yourself where you can truly grow. And in the final part of this journey, I'm going to share a story. One that might completely change the way you see your pain and the way you carry yourself from this day on. Let me leave you with a story. In a small mountain village, there lived an old healer. People came from far away to see him, not because he could cure every illness, but because he could understand what the body was trying to say. One day, a young man arrived, bent over in pain. He'd tried everything, medicine, rest, even surgery. But nothing helped his aching back. The healer didn't touch him. He didn't give him herbs. Instead, he asked one question. Who are you carrying on your back? The young man froze. No one had ever asked him that before. Slowly, he realized he'd been living for everyone but himself, carrying the weight of other people's expectations, sacrificing his dreams to keep others happy. The healer handed him a piece of paper. Write down everything you've been carrying, the guilt, the responsibilities, the fears that aren't yours. The young man wrote for a long time. When he was done, the healer lit the paper on fire. Watch, he said, as it disappears into the air. As the smoke rose, the young man felt lighter, not just in his back, but in his soul. That's the power of release. And that's what your body has been asking for all along. From your head to your feet, every pain, every ache, every tension is a message, not to punish you, but to bring you back to yourself. Your body remembers what your mind forgets. It holds your grief, your fear, your anger, but also your love, your creativity, your joy. When you listen, you begin to heal, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, completely. So I want you to ask yourself right now, which part of your body has been speaking to you lately, and what emotion might be hiding there? Write it down in the comments. You never know who might need to hear your story. And if this journey spoke to you, if you felt even one moment of clarity, I invite you to join me here on Soul of the Mind. Subscribe. Turn on notifications, because this is only the beginning. Together, we'll explore the deepest layers of psychology, spirituality, and self-discovery. And remember, healing is not a destination. It's a path. And with every step you take, you are already on it.